reason today, Koro. Oh no, I was telling Koro.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
When you
might
left, I was having issues.
You might have to just quickly download like Firefox or something.
I'm using Microsoft Edge.
I usually know. I normally use
Smile.
Microsoft Edge.
Why are you people using a deprecated product at this point? That
Why?
thing shouldn't be
Because
working anymore.
It works. It still works. It gives me
I
updates
don't use
constantly.
Chrome normally because that hits my PC.
Yeah, I don't use
Chrome. I switched off of Chrome.
I don't.
Just use Firefox like normal people.
No, I'm good.
I only use Firefox.
I'll use
for,
it till like it's
for
dead.
stream stuff. Like any stream stuff, I use Firefox. Any like my normal program is just.
Ugh. Okay, if I'm gonna be in
Hey,
full
T,
body
thanks
VR
for
and
stopping
stream
by.
this shit, I'm gonna use Edge. I'm gonna also go live with my stream, which I should have done like 15 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, I'm going live right now.
We're still all getting ready, so.
Oh, I'll switch back.
Gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Search. That new lore drop. I don't remember this. But ban from my chat. You're older than me. What the fuck? Ah. Ah, god damn it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm 25. Yeah, you're older than me actually. Yeah, you're older than me actually. Not that old. Damn it. Oh, sexy! I can't. I cannot do anything without jeans. Disappointment.
Man.
These are my folks.
You want them? I got a pair of fucks to give you.
Oh god, I hope I can survive through this.
All right.
Howdy, y'all.
Alright.
Guys already?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
switch over. Hold up. I
Take
do
out
this
those
shit
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
pretty sure they only got one side of that entire
I don't know
conversation.
why they
So
went over there. What do you mean by
Yeah,
dice
yeah.
are over here? What the
You're
You're
fuck?
just like stealing his
Easy.
dice from across the table for me.
What the fuck,
There was
man?
3 separate ones right here.
I had my dice set up perfectly.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Double of desync.
You bastard. You bitch. No!
I'm still checking make sure. Oh, that's wrong.
Forgot about the teleport, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
I've been on desktop for so long.
Alright. I am ready.
How do I can't
Good.
I can't throw the dice anymore.
It'd be better if Oracle doesn't throw any dice.
He just somehow has 0 rolls for the entire session.
You can't tell me it'd be better if you don't roll.
Is
Yeah,
asked
it
for
would be
one
actually
roll
right
the
now.
entire session.
Hey, you got
It's
your
like
one nat 20.
20, I guess.
You won nat 20. You better use it. Hey,
Hmm?
you wanna circumvent his entire roll? Get advantage on a roll, roll natural 20, and then declare a natural 20.
I'm gonna try and wake up my dad. That's a terrible idea. I'm gonna use my natural 20. This is a terrible idea. Anyways.
Anywho's,
Anyway.
you know.
Okay. Hello everyone and welcome back to Legendary Actions. I am your sleepy and very hot host, Decidius. And previously, you guys had been exploring the city of Meridria and inadvertently caught a lot of attention.
On you guys.
During a skirmish with these creatures, a certain particular party member decided to pull out something eldritch. And unbeknownst to the people of Meridria, the giant, unknown stone obelisk at the center of their held-together dream turned out to have quite a hatred for anything eldritch. With a thunderous blast and the seeming death of yourselves and everyone around, 2 of you managed to hold on those last bits of ember, as you would have seen a darkened obsidian hand plucking you from the void of the dream. As you 2 awaken, you are in immense physical pain. You are currently on what appears to be just a massive desert of black sand. The sky above is dark with stars and a moon just barely hanging above the horizon. In the distance you can see what look to be giant walls of water, as if where you are is the bottom of the ocean and it is being held back by an unknown force. As these great pillars of obsidian, several of them currently gently floating in place in the air. And as you look around, not even 10 feet away from you, you would see a large obsidian throne. As sat upon it is a tall creature made of blackened obsidian, currently slumbering.
Hongshu.
Let me see it.
That was agonizingly, it still is painful. I can feel the creaks in my every bone. How are you? Pain.
You three, death saving throw, please.
I was actually just about to deal with that for 2 of them. Because I don't require somatic components. I'm just gonna... Toljan, get the fuck out.
I thought I had one of my tattoos, isn't it?
You already used it, I think.
You already used that tattoo.
It only activates on your quote-unquote death. So if you are down, it doesn't activate just yet. It only activates if you fail your death saves.
Xavier
Not the
is
life
going
ward.
to...
Yeah, I believe so.
If I can...
When you would be reduced to 0 hit points, you drop down to 1 hit point instead.
Ah, so, never mind.
Once used, this benefit can't be used until the next dawn.
I'm thinking of the Raven Queen mark.
No, that got taken when I ate the spice and killed me.
Yeah.
Then I can actually take care of both of them. Just a single healing word.
Okay then. As each of you find life rushing back to you.
A 4 for you. And a 4 for you.
Everything hurts.
Thank you, Vrdnd Coil.
What? What happened?
Seems to be
I have no idea what's going on.
case.
Yes, that would use up your life ward.
I believe we're out of Meridriel, at least.
Where?
And whatever...
you forgot. Everyone forgot. Yeah. Where? What? I have no
that
idea what's
place
happening.
we were just fighting at.
Why were we fighting?
People didn't agree with our presence there.
Long and short of it, we went there for... staff, your thing. A hag which has it. Bad time. Guards after us.
Found one of your trinkets there. We were attempting to discern more information on the area, but the guards took light of us, seeing as we smuggled our way into the place. And then we got struck by whatever choral preposterity fired at us for some reason.
He looks at you complete confusion. He knows it's real, like what you're saying is truth, but like he just doesn't know why he's like that's going on.
Alright,
Why don't I remember?
Bully has his amnesia attack, or whatever it is. Why is everything around us ebony?
Okay. Yeah, he will look down at it, like where he kept his totem, and realize that it's broken, or it's basically detached.
Just like the cracked open top half of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like just like probably like everything on top from like the thing that keeps it attached to his like belt is gone.
So it's like a little nub of it left.
Oh.
Xavier's going to kind of haphazardly crawl up into some sort of sitting position and try to fish around in his alchemist satchel to get something to nullify the pain. He's going to likely drink a tincture of his. Yeah, I'm going for healing drought.
You sit up, the black sand under you kind of shifts around a little.
Right. I have to do my roll now. I have to remember all my things for my roll. 5, 3, 8, 15. That's actually pretty good. 15, 21.
That's a good idea. A drink seems like a good idea. I'm gonna get that shitty golden whiskey out.
So just normal whiskey.
Yeah,
21.
I guess that depends on who's standing there.
If it's shitty gold, if it's shitty in comparison to golden, it's average whiskey.
Two D8. Okay, I get. God, my healing is fucking broken.
16 HP off a bottle of alcohol.
8, 25. I get 33 points of health back. Jesus.
Damn.
That's like all of my features. Xavier clambers up to his feet with some of the pain now slowly recede. Well, he gets up to a knee now, since most of the pain is starting to... Some of the pain is starting to recede from his frame. He's still trembling, his fingers kind of shifting, ensuring he has most of his gear with him. Does anyone else need a... assist?
Help. Still kind of laying down, he just raises his hand. Not even trying to get up. He's like, give me help.
Alright, give me a sec. Give me one moment. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do the same roll again.
You made this
She's
right.
gonna, she's...
You made the right decision saying,
Sorry.
changing it to moment.
6, 7, 15.
Oh, I was gonna say that Shay's lying, but her
21.
ass is up, so she's kind of face down in the sand, ass up, and then
Face down, ass up, yeah.
yeah, face down, ass up,
Nice.
essentially. Nice.
5. Bro, my healing is I heal for a lot now. Holy, I didn't even realize. That's
Goddamn.
that's
This
43
is-
hit points. That's 43 hit points back.
It's open. I can see my
Hooray.
fucking sheet.
It just took you like half an hour to load in.
Yep, that's
Thank
it.
you.
Only took
You
me
get
half an hour, it's fine.
43 hit points back.
I think I'm almost up.
Get the fuck out of me then. The audio played. And all I heard
Alright,
was a
does
woo woo woo.
anyone else need any assistance? Or are we fine?
I would appreciate that.
I'm rolling again.
I'm also waving as well, but I'm on the floor, so I'm kind of just brushing the sand.
5, 8. 5, 8, 12. 16. That's 23. 24. You get 32 hit points back.
Thank
Up,
God.
and this is probably going to be the last time I can use this for today until I get a long rest. Yeah, you're on your own, man.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna pop my last third level spell.
Good fucking luck, buddy.
Hey, I gotta make sure I'm up, and then our compatriots who are lying almost dead on the ground. Okay.
I did
Oh,
die,
man.
apparently.
6, 10,
Just tell me how much.
11.
I'm bad at maths.
16, 22. I need to roll that again. 23. You get 31 hit points back. And I can't do any more experimental killing droughts for the day. I'm out.
You said 31, right? Just making sure.
Yep, 31 hit points.
Technically, I'll be at 32.
God, I gave over 100 hit points back just now. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's really good. You're a better healer than I am.
I have 2
The problem is
feats
that
that let me heal properly.
The only problem is that that's it. You can't make anything else other than that.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you don't get in combat, we'll be fine. If you get into combat, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Right, so Xavier's going to finish up 4 of those tinctures of healing drought and hand them off to each and every separate person before downing one himself. Before realizing he is now out of alchemical components. And
So you just kind of
He's too-
invert your alchemy components pouch.
and he goes back to, he kind of just slumps on the ground and lays back and let the pain slowly melt away. Do sweet, sweet magic.
I was able to get 48 healing off a bottle of alcohol and 2 spells.
Can I do a, I know this sounds stupid, but can I just do a history check for Shay?
You don't need a history check. As you sit
Okay.
up, this place is instantly recognizable in, like, the very core of your being. As you turn your head and look upon that obsidian throne, as you would see him just eyes closed, sat there.
Oh no. Oh
What do you
no.
mean by oh no?
Ooh.
How do I put this lightly?
You're not exactly putting it lightly, just come out
Okay,
with
I'm
it.
not gonna.
We've
I'm
already
gonna
been
just
through
dab it on.
enough.
That's the nightmare.
The what?
The Nightmare King. This is his realm, his area.
In the Feywilds?
That's my dad.
He loo-
Don't
he
wake
looks
him
around.
up.
He looks around.
That's
So should we just?
not as bad as I would have expected us to be. And it
No,
does
it
make
is
a
really
bit more
bad.
sense.
If
For
he wakes up, everything changes. Nothing
we
is gonna be
don't-
normal.
Well, I mean, we're not trying to wake him up, are we?
I'd hope
I
not.
certainly hope not.
Fuck no.
But we need to get out of here. This is a dangerous place for us to be.
Yeah.
Dangerous in what way?
The creatures, the nightmares, you know, the things that are going to kill us being here.
Yeah.
Not like, you know, the normal stuff that we have to deal with in the plane. This is like stuff that are I'm going to refer to him.
Dead realm level, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
We should. Yeah,
We could
should
be
get
going down to like that sort of level here, so I prefer that we
Sounds
get
like
out of
someone
this
trying
area
to-
as soon as
You
possible.
at least know that in this inner ring of these obsidian towers, close to the throne, nothing goes here.
How big is this circle again?
This is vague, like
Mhm.
as with the map says per usual. As you look out, the closest one of these massive towering obelisks of obsidian is about like 200 feet from where you currently are, right next to his throne.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right, well, if this is the Nightmare King, then we can suffice to say that we are in the Feywild, right?
Mm-hmm. Those pillars. Okay. We shouldn't be attacked by anything when we're in this circle specifically, but as soon as we walk out, we will encounter things most likely.
Fun.
This is like a safe space, I guess. Not safe, but it's safer than being out there right now. So,
Okay.
Take any place that lets me recover my lack of not feeling the sensation of pain.
we can wait here, I guess. Just
Would I know about the falling asleep and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so. Because that's in your memories how you remember talking to him.
a word of warning. When you sleep, you don't have normal dreams. you will most likely be in his vicinity, essentially. It's how I used to talk to him. I used to sleep, and he used to talk to me through there.
Right. If he's asleep, and if we had to rest as well, then more likely to see him.
Mm-hmm.
How does he?
But you have me with you, so we should be okay.
How does he behave exactly? He's not going to try to look out to my eyes now. If you're referencing that thing, right?
I may have an idea. I'm not sure if this is gonna work.
Could I do
or
a
not.
history as well, whilst... Just...
Go on now.
Okay. Technically, my box is technically a demi-plane, and I could stay in there for around 8 hours. I could try bringing you guys with me. And we can rest in there.
Would it be advantage for your own memory thing?
I don't know if that will work. I'm gonna be real with you. Don't know if that will actually work.
Can Fey trickery or Fey magic infiltrate that of a genie's power?
Yeah, it'd be pretty.
don't know.
Then
Yeah.
likely
don't know.
won't work otherwise. I mean, but
I mean, we could
we're
try
gonna
getting.
be safe here if we choose to rest here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we stay inside this circle, see the pillars around us, you'd see there's nothing here apart from him. We should be okay to have a rest here, but we should not be in this area for long, unless we want to go crazy.
How
She's
long
also
is
just
this
trying to
stay
amp
here?
up the danger, like not amp up the danger, but kind of like, you know, exaggerate. I guess.
Yeah,
Is that the word, exaggerate?
You're doing the doctor thing of like, you know, you're going to die.
You're going to die. You took a lollipop. You're going to die of cancer. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
How are we supposed to get out of here?
I don't-
Well, if I remember correctly. Wait, I've researched into it, so I would know that there's a layout because I
Yeah,
remember
you-
researching
you-
into it.
Not only did you research it, remember you bought a map.
Oh my fucking god! I forgot about the map. I never had that wrote down. Why?
As you pull out from your bag of holding the map of the Feywilds and unroll it, as you guys would now see that there does appear to be 4 land bridges connecting the Court of Nightmares here at the center.
Okay.
Alright,
So-
well, we can likely decide whatever path we want to take before we head to rest and deal with whatever comes
Well-
next, I suppose.
I'll explain the layout essentially for us. So, the Court of Winter is where we are right now. We are probably like directly in the middle, so it's going to take us a couple of days to get out. But each one is connected to a court. You got the Court of Summer, you've got the Court of Autumn, Winter, and Spring. The Court of Summer is being held by another me, essentially.
Arias.
Yeah, Barias, phony me. Was it Lady the Lake? I might be wrong,
Yep.
actually. Hang on.
No, you're
Lady
right.
the Lake
You're
here.
100% right.
Lady of the Lake is the Archfey here. I don't remember what. I'm gonna have to quickly look back at my notes. I don't know if I actually wrote down the other two.
I can tell you because you did actually do all this research.
Mm.
As Shiana goes on to explain it, there is the Lady of the Lake for the Court of Spring. She was friends with the Queen of Whispers, and she deals with not only not only things relating to the god Luna, she cares for werewolves and other transformative species. She also has an affinity for sunken ships. There is the Court of Fall, which is owned by the Great Queen, who is a gluttonous and barbaric woman who very much enjoys, whenever she bothers waking up, devouring whatever she can get her hands on. Her entire court is devoted to literally just making food for when she wakes up. Lastly, to the north there is the Court of Winter, that was once in control of by Lady Winter. She used to be a caring and loving woman who would protect people that entered her domain, but she was succeeded by King Cold, who is her polar opposite and very much enjoys his wrathful merriment and seeing pain caused to others. Crushed. Dying to the four major elements.
Oh boy.
So, here's our predicament. Personally, I don't think it's a wise idea for us to even go near the smaller courts, just because I don't remember how they feel about me, and I feel like they don't, or they are scared of me, or they don't like me. And especially with what I don't know what Barais has been doing as well, so...
If they realize that you are, well, you, and in a more powerless state, they're more than likely to try to eliminate you and take over your court instead.
Yep. Probably.
So still clear of those ones, right?
Our best... We could go towards the summer, but... warning there being Barais and all of that. Barnabas's... We know that there was a portal in Barnabas's area before he was
Kind of around
arrested.
here.
I say arrested, but yeah.
He was taken, and we also know that portal is being guarded by... whatever his name was.
Mr. I? That's what I was thinking. But I don't
No,
know if
Floating Isle, whatever his name was.
Calagon?
And Calagon, his people
Oh.
likely.
Would they not help us, though?
We'd have to navigate the courts of summer.
Yeah,
And
that's
if-
true.
In all likelihood, we will have to pass by the points to it, the Whispering Castle, where your doppelganger would likely
Sorry,
be.
I'm just... Oh shit, it is there, isn't it? I
Didn't
didn't
sh-
realise how close it was.
Didn't you say you're friends with the Archfey of the Court of Spring?
Friends is a very loose term, I guess.
Is it better than the ones that we have to deal with right now? Or
Also-
the other
Oh, yeah.
ones?
Also, don't you have a holiday home in the Court of Spring?
That's
do.
right.
I do.
That
Oh,
is
that-
not in
that's in-
spring.
That's not in
That's
Spring?
in fall.
over here in
It's-
fall.
Okay.
Because if you'll remember, when you got to look outside, there was a bunch of dead trees.
It's in the court of fall, but we also know there's another entrance there, another connecting portal back to the material.
The only thing I have, like, I bring it up, but like, from what I know of that holiday home, it is very well protected, and going near it could just make us die.
Yeah.
Thinks back to like watching a bird
And-
fall in run into a barrier and just disintegrate.
And I don't want to go anywhere near the Courts of Winter for very obvious
No,
purposes.
I don't.
I've only heard bits and pieces.
We have
but
two-
none of it's good.
I guess solutions here. Wait.
I think
I
it
might
m-
have another solution, but it's a really bad one.
What?
You're gonna ask Happy. Are you going to ask Happy Gary?
Isn't that?
No, but
in
that's a
the-
good idea. No. Do you remember the seeds I have?
Yeah.
Let's.
Could plant one.
Well, true. Do you want one here?
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good point. I don't want that. No. Okay.
Hold on, following that line of thought, I don't remember if it was the bag of seeds. Didn't you bought something from a merchant from here? If he's consistently trading, that means he knows where a consistently stable.
Glamour. Hang on, I have his
I'm
name. I
going
wrote
to-
it down.
I'm going to. I remember. I'm going to pull. Xavier's going to very excruciatingly slow pull out his finder's friend scope thing and key in the name Fenwick Glimmergear.
Because if he
He said
trades
to-
consistently,
Promised him to talk.
yeah, and since he trades consistently, unless he doesn't care about the differences in time, that means he must either know where or have access to a stable point, as referred to.
There is also.
As you look to pull up Glimmergold, you would see that they are currently. Excuse me.
I think Decidius is trying to tell us. I'm not joking.
Oh no! That's just where he is.
Okay. Idea.
Funnily enough, despite the terrible situation the Court of Summer is for you guys right now, in regards to the rest of the Feywilds, it's the safest.
Wait, but he made a deal with Shay. Yeah, did he make a deal with Shay already knowing who she was?
No, he asked us to go. No. Shay promised him that she would go see him when they were in the Feywilds. I have that written down. So.
I'm
Yeah.
feeling an implication here that I feel like has come up. And
There's also
there may
one
be
more
a reason
stupid
why
option.
he's there.
We also have one more stupid option.
Maybe.
Intelligence check.
Oh no! It was no.
Off the table.
You have been on desktop for too long.
Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Intelligence? Look at me, that's one of my strong suits. No, it's
No shot.
No, it's not.
Fucking liar.
No shot.
Me when I lie. Me
I'm
when
not
I
gonna lie,
fucking
I thought it
lie.
was. It's not.
It's not.
You're
That's a
thinking of Redland,
12.
aren't you?
My bad.
That's the biggest.
Wait,
like,
can I use my pipe by any chance to?
Pipe
That's-
is
Jog
only
memory?
helps you related with history checks.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
flat intelligence.
That's true.
Yeah, no,
As
that's
you
it.
sit there, kind
Well-
of scratching your head, it's like, if he's over there, why did he want to talk to me? Why did he go out of his way to ask to meet again in the Feywilds if he's already going over there?
I don't get it.
Got. Wait.
Was he working with...
It's an unlikely chance. She could have been an agent of Arias, perhaps.
Or it could have been a fake trick. Oh, actually, no, that's true. Fuck, hang on.
Did anyone use the lantern on him? Did we even have the lanterns at the time?
We
Oh,
did not
thank
have lanterns.
I have one.
I mean, at the time.
No.
We didn't have them then. We got them when
It
Taldrin joined.
is a possibility that this is going out on a stretch, maybe, but it could be a possibility that Fenwick Glimmergear may have been either working with Bryce or Bryce themselves under a fade trickery.
But it also pulls up the idea of they might be working under Barias, but may not agree with them.
I don't. Fey stuff is.
Yeah,
one
Fey
field I chose
trickery
not
is
to-
like one of the things that people don't want to fuck with, because one wrong word and everything goes to shit. You just sold your soul off, like, to the
One thing
Fey.
I chose not to study, because the last time I saw someone attempt to study it, their lips were soon shut by tweezers.
Yeah, that's understandable. I can...
By their own hand, no doubt.
Whilst we go through, I guess, the Feywilds, I can explain what I know about the Feywilds. Just so you guys can be ready.
We will have to visit an individual by the name of Fenwick Glimmergear. Since you gave him the promise, we cannot leave until that is completed.
Wait, I
So-
also have the debts. Wait. Debts.
If you're... If it's actually a rule that we can't leave until we visit him, I was going to say there's also one more very stupid, very risky idea, and you would just point to Xavier.
The problem with that
Yes, I know,
is
but
unstable portals out of the Feywilds will likely trigger the time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
We want to try and get back as soon as
And
possible.
that
personally.
requires me to maintain absolute focus to incur a stable portal out of here.
Yeah, I'm just bringing up the idea, not that it's the right idea.
I mean, if it comes down to it, if anything gives
Yeah.
us trouble, I'll just send them out of here.
I don't think that's
Okay.
much
Thought of
better.
that before.
That doesn't seem much better,
Oh,
but okay.
Semantics.
Vamris, Taldrin, what do you think? You're part of the team, so I thought it might be a good idea for you guys to have some input.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little out of my depth here. I know
Understandable.
very little about this place.
I believe as it stands, it may be best for us to head to the Court of Spring, rather, since you're on better terms with that figure.
Could I?
If we head...
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt then. I was gonna ask if I could use my Python and do a history check to see if I can remember what terms I was on with her. Because I don't remember.
Yeah, you totally can.
So that's
She
advantage
just
with...
immediately is just
If we-
pulling it out. Click, click.
The Court of Winter, I'd rather not even get into. The Court of
That's
Fall...
advantage, right?
At this point, you get advantage on things relating to your history, regardless of the pipe. The pipe lowers the DC on top of that.
Okay. Oh, well, a lot under. So, history, oh god. That might be a 19, but let me correct myself.
Right, Court of Winter...
Yes, 19.
You remember shirking the fanciful dress you wore and lounging upon the lake in which she lays. You remember feeling a sense of freedom there you haven't in a long while. You remember laughing and frolicking with her and a Otterfolk with a luscious black beard.
God damn it!
Right, well, Court of Winter is... I'm vetoing that immediately. The Court
Yeah,
of
no,
I
I
Fall...
don't want
agree.
to go there.
Yeah.
Your summer home house is there, but if we encounter the... What is it, the Great Queen of Sumber, whatever it was?
I just call her the queen at this point, because...
If we encounter her, if she's awake, then she will likely demand something of us, or from what
Yeah.
I've heard here, try to devour us, even.
Yeah.
There's
If
also
we head
there's
to
also
the court of summer now, which we will have to eventually, we risk starting a confrontation I think we are not yet prepared for. Since we've just been yanked out of Vrdnd. It may be best to get a lick of our surroundings and the ongoings of the Feywilds before we attempt anything.
Hmm.
That is my advice, at least.
It's... I mean, yeah. At the same time, though, I'm worried that if I pissed her off, though, in the past, she's not gonna want to do anything, essentially, and she might just want to kill us. And that's even more dangerous, because we don't know what she's capable of.
Well, then we have all the Archfays likely attempting to murder us if they sight us. We have to pick one that's better than the others.
Then I have an idea, but veto it if you have to. This goes to all of you here. I still have my sending ribbon. We could write a letter to the Lady of the Lake. Also, I want to send one to Greaser to make sure that she knows that we're okay. But also to make sure that she...
Actually, but
If you can write the letter to Greaser, and I'll write the one to the Lady of the Lake, we can send them both off. And hope that Greaser gets it. And hope that the Lady of the Lake doesn't want to murder me immediately. Because, as well, she also points a little bit further down to the in the Court of Summer. Spring. There is the Hebe Dragons area. You know, where I murdered all the dragons long ago.
You may have mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah, she might not be happy about that. So...
We also don't know how your current duplicate has been interacting with the rest of the Archfey either. But that could also work in our favor, though. It's a gamble at this point.
All we can do is gamble at this point. It's
I think it may be
they
best
are
for
unpredictable.
us to make our way to the Court of Spring.
I do also have an important question. You did make a promise to a Fae that you would visit when you visited the Feywilds. We all technically, I guess depending on how we word this, we're not visiting the Feywilds so much as meandering through, if you want to try and play words. But is there any consequences that could occur if, say, our wording isn't right and you were to break this promise to a Fae of currently unknown ties and power?
Yep. Faye, if I remember correctly, there's more of an out of character thing, but if I remember correctly, if you don't word a thing correctly with Faye, they will take it by the words, like how you've spoken them, and can, and if that is that correct?
They can bend meaning, basically.
Yeah. And they can give terrible consequences to it if we do, if we do end up.
Well,
Because
we're also not visiting. We kind of got stuck here. We're not on
But it was never.
visitation.
Well,
It doesn't have to be willful visiting.
yeah, it doesn't
Fair
have to
enough.
be. Like I was just saying, the Fae take words and they will find ways to, have you break them, essentially. So us just visiting is, like, right now, we're visiting because we're here.
If we're
I'm
here,
saying in quotation marks here.
yeah, if we're here long enough, is it considered visiting or is it vacationing? And or questing?
All, I think. Regardless, they...
I'd rather not take the risk. We could debacle this the entire day, even thinking about what sort of trickery lines whatever promise was
Yeah, but-
made. But the ultimate cause is we'll likely have to visit Gulnagia at some point.
We'd have to, but you aren't the one who made the deal. I'm the one who made the deal. You won't receive any punishment. I would.
But you're also part of magical misfits, so I'd rather not see anything undue happen to you in the first place.
Yeah, which is why you can't break the promises. You have to fulfill them.
Yes.
Or find a loophole into what happened.
That's what I was asking, because it sounded like everyone was fairly set on trying to find a way out of here fast. And I'd rather us not immediately take an exit and
I'm all
Deal with
for
that.
more likely sending the ribbons to the Lady of Lake and Greaser, informing both
Though
of them
we
of our
could send one...
presences.
it sounds stupid, but we could send one to Glimmergator as well. To ask if we can meet up at a different location, maybe. Technically, that's not against the rules. Because I did
It's
stay
more
in the
the
Feywilds.
implication of why exactly Gulnagia found us and had you make that promise. Like you said earlier, it couldn't be a willful request on his part.
If I remember correctly, Glimmergear was the one that me, Gil, and the others met, right? When we were adventuring back from the first joint D&D session?
No.
With-
Glimmergear, you guys
What's
had
it on?
found together.
When-
He was on the side of the road when you guys were with.
he's the one you
the
bought the
little couple.
bag
When we were
of
trying to get back
animals
to
from.
Kingston upon High
Um,
after being teleported across the material plane.
That's it, yeah, that's it. Sorry. I'm thinking of... because I've met another merchant. I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember
You're thinking of the
meeting
little
it.
skeleton kobold
That's
you
it.
guys had met.
Yeah, the one that you put your hand in and you picked out a random item. I remember now. Yeah.
Oh, that guy. That's where I
Yeah.
got my sword from. That's where Connor got his
Since I
sword from,
saw
I
it.
mean.
Ooh. Okay. Right now, let's send those 2 letters, though. One to Greaser, one to the Lady of the Lake. We will see what happens, because they can send a letter back by using the ribbon. Is that okay with everybody? And then once we get a response back from from both of them, preferably, then we can try and make a plan then. Is that okay? Because I don't particularly want to be stuck here, and we also
Yes.
need to rest as well.
Are we going to tell... What are we going to tell Greaser?
I'm going
tell
to
Greaser what happened.
apprise Greaser of the situation right now. Where we went to, what's happened there, where we are now, to stay
If she
where
needs
the
to-
ship is docked right now. If she requires assistance, Grog still has his order to listen to Greaser. Bruno won't listen though. I still have his plate. Assuming that should be fine. And Grog should be enough to assist guarding the ship. To stay docked there, if they encounter trouble, well...
Right.
they will have to take the ship out. I can handle that.
Yeah, and I'll handle the Lady of the Lake letter. Because she's probably really pissed at me, so... But we have to take every word that she says in account, because she could be tricking us. Just to, like, get us to go over to her. To be like, oh, bygones be bygones, and then she just tries and murders us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get it settled then.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write a letter to the Lady of the Lake. It's basically gonna explain. Go on, sorry.
Yeah. So what were you going to put in there?
It's gonna say, who she is, who's sending this letter first off. Explain very briefly, being like, being very truthful to her, being like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't recall memories, and I'm sorry if I've upset you in the past. It's basically like an apology letter, but an
You're just
ask
putting
of
it out, basically.
yes,
being
I'm pointing it out, basically being like, I don't know what's happened. I'm sorry for any stuff I've done in the past. I'm writing to you because we are in a bit of a situation where we're stuck in the court of nightmares, and we have no way of getting back to the plane. Material plane. Boom.
As you line that up, and it vanishes away.
And then I'm writing a letter to Greaser about all the things I mentioned before.
Apprising her of the situation as you
Yeah.
equally tie that up. Both of them are gone. After a few moments, another one would appear and slowly drift down that Xavier would be able to grab. As you would see, it's literally on the same piece of paper, just flipped over, and it looks to be some sauce of some kind, like dribbled on the side. As you'd see in her getting better handwriting, you would see that it says, "Glad to hear you okay. Taking ship back to Borf," and you can see she's like scribbled out a bunch of times and written Bofo Kulse.
Bofo Kulse.
Can't stay on Tiny Island forever. Need supplies. If you guys take long.
Okay, cool.
And then after another beat, another one would appear, dripping wet as it slowly lowers down as you grab that, pull the ribbon off, and open it.
I will, before I open it real quick, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to walk away from the group, because the last time I did this, something that all of that stuff happened.
Exploded.
So
That's why I was going to be like, when I see that second letter, I'm walking away. I'm putting
Yeah,
distance between.
I
I'm going to stand actually. I'm going to stand around. I'm actually going to walk around about 100 feet towards that pillar, and I'm going to open it there.
You're basically going to go walk over to one of the, like halfway towards one of the pillars. As you open the scroll, and there's nothing exploding or falling out or trying to eat you. As you would see in this beautifully cursive writing, you would see, "It has been seemingly an age since I last saw your face. I worried that you had died. The doppelganger in which they thought I would believe has since tried contacting me. But they did not know what I whispered to you in secret beneath the waters. I hope to see you again, and know that as sisters, I will always protect you. If you wish for transit home, come to my lake, I will aid you. And remember, a lunar bow will welcome you in the forest."
Okay.
And it says at the bottom, "Lady of the Lake."
Okay, she's gonna carefully roll it back up, and she's gonna start doing her mirthful leap back over to the group with a big smile on her face.
Skipping.
Happy jaunt.
Good news.
Okay.
Lady of the Lake, her being my sister technically, has said that we can get home if we go to her. She has a way of getting us back.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the downside?
The doppelgangers apparently tried contacting her, but she knew it wasn't me. She thought I was dead because she whispered something to me under the waters, and she couldn't. The doppelganger didn't know what she whispered to me, knowing that.
You
Do you
stated,
remember?
you stated they are very specific with their wordings, right?
You can read it if you want. I'm not gonna.
I'm more concerned about the take you back home portion. Is it what you consider home, or what she considers is home for you? Sorry, I'd
I don't
rather
know.
be more thorough about this than most other things.
Again, she'll open up the scroll and let you read it, if you wish, to let you have a proper look at it, and to make sure that we're not being tricked.
As you look at the wording, you would see that she says, "If you wish to return home."
Do you remember what she whispered?
Can I do a history check
You
on?
can give it a try. You can give it a try, because this is
I
something
can give it a
specific.
try.
I would smoke.
Ooh. And then, well, I get advantage, don't I? Because
Yeah.
it's archfey stuff, so...
Yeah.
Time to.
You don't
even with
remember, do you?
advantage.
Even with advantage.
You don't remember, do you?
It's 15.
Red room.
Oh, he does remember. Woo!
Bye. Turn that off.
Earmuff mode.
Hey man, I'm just making sure that, where our goals are, in line with rather not be in danger. Because,
Yeah.
she can consider Shay's home as the court of summer and put us directly in the Whispering Castle.
The language that I was more worried about was the word of you, where I can bring you home. That's more what I was worried about.
Well, I can bring you home if you wish. It can also be taken as I can bring you home if you wish. If you wish to, go with return home with other people. If you consider these people your home as well, so on and so forth.
Okay, that's a big
With
stretch.
that wording, you can bend it like a couple different ways.
Ugh.
I don't know. Worst case scenario, we play the nephew card. Look, we just need to get back to the material plane because your nephew is left on a boat with the Kimku.
That's true.
Sister
That
of
is so true. Yeah.
Yeah, sister of Shay's son. Be her nephew.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The real issue you're gonna run into is getting out of the Court of Nightmares.
Yeah.
It is the shortest way. Technically, to the Court of Fall is the shortest amount of dark area we have to cover. But we still have to cover that dark area.
We have.
I'm sure it's fine. We'll slap the light spell on his cloak. I'm sure nothing in the darkened area will ever pay attention to the bright white light of his cloak.
Hey, I'm gonna say we need those lanterns here.
Yeah.
Need those lanterns on at
Good
almost
thing we
all
have two of them.
times.
The only issue is they still run on oil.
Who has one?
I do, and Shade has one.
I
Can't
believe
remember.
I have one too, actually. Yeah, I bought
I had
mine.
one, but not anymore.
Right.
I
I
was one
bought
of the
my
few that
fairy
didn't.
light lantern.
I was one of the few who didn't buy one.
Yeah, because I chose mine to have red light. Because Hammer thought it was funny and just... Well, we can see it, but certain animals can't see it.
Yup.
And if I'm having to use it... No. Certain animals can't see red lights, so you can actually use them to traverse the dark, and they won't really know so long as you don't flash it right in their eyes.
Oh,
Ooh.
So, there's a moment of, I guess, how do I explain it? There's a moment of, like, silence from them, and then a click of the fingers. They remember. They know. They know what it is. They won't state
Okay.
it though.
So you do remember. Alright. That's
Yes.
okay.
Right, well,
It'll be a very, very... If she does indeed trick us, or have some sort of negative reaction towards us, I think we got a bit of a advantage on this. I say that she's got an advantage on me though.
right,
Yes.
then with the call set to the quarter spring, I think all of us will do some amount of rest.
Alright.
Great.
Wonderful. Alright.
Resting here.
When we sleep, don't be scared, I guess.
Okay.
It sounds harder than, it is, but,
The only thing that really terrifies me is in the dead realm, so I think I'll be fine, at least.
Okay.
I'm gonna test my theory.
As you open your box,
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can go into the box first, yeah.
as you open your box, you'd see that it's like you've experienced sometime in the past. There's nothing in there. At least here in the Court of Nightmares, you are cut off.
Yeah.
Nightmare King is much more powerful than most of us believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He fully wakes up, like, here. It does things change. And it will never be the same.
Alright,
Would I know
I
that?
suppose
Would I know if like if the Nightmare King wakes up, it changes like the rules of magic?
It can be that.
Yeah.
It's literally some law of reality will change.
Alright, shall we tuck her out for the time? I don't even know if it's day or night here.
Yes. The answer would be yes.
Do you think it would be wise for not just one person to be on standby? This
Yeah.
sounds weird, but I don't really feel like it's a good idea to let somebody on their own be on guard and then them going to sleep. And
If necessary, I will do it.
I'll stand guard with them. Sleep, 3 and 2.
What happens if
that'd
someone?
probably be a good idea then.
What if someone is woken from like a nightmare in the court? That's a genuine question. By the way. Would Shay
I
know?
have no clue. No one would have dared to wake the Queen of Whispers.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't know.
Like so no one.
Hey, Decidios. I remember getting a prize from the festival of sins ever so long ago. It was a feather of raven. It's a feather having to do with the Raven Queen, but I never got the chance to write it down, the description for it.
Give me a sec, I will look that up while you guys jabber.
Appreciate it.
Well, thing is, I don't know. I know stuff about the Feywilds. I don't know stuff about the normal life of Fey, though. I was an Archfey. I literally got everything I wanted.
I've heard very scant rumors, mind you, but few rumors that the Nightmare King doesn't exactly reign over that of nightmares, more so dreams and...
Yeah, it's more the dream aspect.
He's not one to enjoy someone disturbing someone else from a dream. So we may be covered on that front, though that's more conjecture and theory than fact, if anything.
Well, that also depends on how he's going to act when we get in there. Because he could really be not happy with any of us. And he could really fuck us over, genuinely. I don't know.
How has he acted in the past?
Flip-floppy. There's days where he's calm, there's days where he's not. It's kind of like how I am. Well, how I'm depicted in the Court of Summer.
Right.
Very half and half, but he's more... It's intertwined. One minute he could be calm, the next he could be very upset. But he has to be careful, because if he doesn't, he wakes up.
It is a black feather, once per long rest. Stroking it while before falling asleep grants the user the benefits of a full long rest in only 4 hours. So basically you get a full rest for 4 hours instead of 9.
Yeah.
Is it one person only?
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it still works out. Rest for 4 hours, I give it to the next person over, and then they use it and fall asleep for 4 hours, and yeah.
I mean, this might be a bit... I was gonna say, this might be a bit... selfish, I guess? But don't give me the feather, because one, I can actually speak to him again, because this is the only, like, I can actually only do this, like, when he's asleep and when I'm asleep.
Oh yeah, it's more for the purpose of, for those standing on guard. So Xavier rests for 4 hours, she gets a full rest, then hands it off to one of the two staying up. And then they get a full rest for 4 hours.
Okay. That sounds good.
Okay, so as you guys kind of not even really set up camp, just try and make comfortable spots to sleep. As you guys rest there and close your eyes, beginning to drift to sleep. You two, currently keeping watch, you know, maybe staring at the Nightmare King a little because he's the only real thing here. You would watch as these guys suddenly vanish, leaving behind the little dug out sand that they were sleeping in.
Well, that answers his question. You can't wake them up.
Fantastic.
As for you guys, it's like you fall asleep and then wake up, as each of you sit up suddenly.
That wasn't very restful.
Yeah,
As-
seriously, yeah.
Yeah, something's definitely wrong. Shiana, you are wearing a gorgeous red and black set of robes. Your hair is much longer and there is blood all across your hands.
Never mind.
Oh, that's lovely.
Right. Odd.
Sai, you do not have your gold bracer, you don't have your gold box. You are just wearing, like, simple almost farmer's clothes, and that's about it. And Xavier, you feel like your smart's not so good anymore. You feel dumber. You aren't wearing the fancy clothes that you wore anymore. You're not a fire genasi. You are just a half-elf.
Odd. Very odd.
Oh.
This is a very strange feeling.
Not great.
Yeah, not good at all.
There's the lady in the fancy
Is
dress.
this meant to be normal, or...
I mean, the blood. Do you want some blood on your face? I can.
Not particularly.
Just Simba's some blood on their cheek.
Simba.
Oh, what the fuck?
He will just like kind of
Where
just
are
wipe
we?
it
Are
off.
we just in a...
As you
Okay.
look around, it's almost like you're in the same space, but instead of the moon being in the same position as the sun would usually be in the Feywilds, you know, like that setting sort of position, you would see that the moon is perfectly framed behind the throne, as you would see currently sat there, head in his hand as if he was asleep, but his eyes are open as he is currently staring at you. As you would see in front of you, the dreaming Nightmare King. As outside, you guys are currently sat there, staring at the dugout holes of where your friends were, as you would then see the sand kind of shift a little as if a footstep has just been made. And then another and another. And then a little bit of shifting sand as if someone was pushing themselves to stand.
Like where they were laying?
Yeah.
I see.
The reasonable thing to do is nothing. The unreasonable thing, we could try and mark stuff in the sand and see if they maybe mark back.
I don't know if that is a very good idea.
That's why I said the reasonable thing is to do nothing. I don't think I'm gonna do anything and just let this play out.
Unless we see some types of
Well, if it
distress,
looks like
I
they're
suppose.
struggling, yeah, then maybe we can, like, you know, dig a ditch in front of where they're fighting. Would that work?
I don't have a shovel.
If we see them moving around and it looks like someone skids across the ground, then
I'll
we'll
keep
act.
my hand on my cane for now then, I guess.
As back inside the dream, you guys are currently stood there with the Nightmare King staring back at you.
One of the rest. Well,
Would you like me to start?
Homies? He kind of stepped back. I'm like,
Hi, Dad.
My child.
It's good to see you after a long time.
When was it last? 500,000 years at this point?
Something like that. I'm sorry I haven't been around.
You were
Something's
doing
happened.
what I made you to do.
Well, as of right now, no, I'm not. There's a fake in the courts right now. Someone's taken over my identity.
You'd see his hand clench the side of the throne as you guys outside in the waking world, you would watch as his sleeping form, his hand suddenly clenches on the throne as you
That's
guys
not
would
driving.
see, you would see this huge crack just ripple across the ground and echo across into the horizon.
What the fuck?
Deep sigh and like, and
But
over here.
we're getting it sorted. These are my friends.
As he kind of looks to Xavier, looks to a blank spot where Vamris had been, looks to a blank spot where Taldrin would be, looks across to Lucas and then to you. You say that you have it under control. Then I will believe you. As his hand kind of relaxes back onto the throne.
We're preparing some things to launch an assault on Barias. A lot of things have happened, and I'm sure I can tell you over the next couple hours, I guess, what we need before we have to adventure to my sister.
Before you do, you tell your other friends to slumber. For in this place you will find no rest. There is no point in standing guard.
Can I crouch down and can they, if I write...
As you start writing, you guys would
S-L-
see, just in the sand, starts writing the word sleep.
And then I'll put, he knows you're here.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I guess it makes sense. Though I think this also means he probably saw her skipping along around there, so... he'll just lay down, close his eyes, and kind of assume it's probably like the teleport where it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna close my eyes and okay, we're here.
Yeah, Taldrin will very reluctantly go down and try to sleep.
As you guys would watch, apparating in a little dugout, you would see a dragonborn appear, but it is not Vamris. You would see older looking dragonborn, maybe like a little bit of extra weight on them, and you would see them wearing what looks like a poor man trying to wear a fancy man's clothing.
My God, he became his
As
dad.
I'm posting a picture in Magical Misfits.
Ooh.
As Vamris, as you open your eyes, you are staring down at the body of your father.
I fucking knew it.
As suddenly apparating next to them, you would see a disfigured, twisted corpse of a creature sit up. As you would see what looks briefly like Taldrin, but their body is warped and malformed, with tendrils curling out between exposed bones, and these eyes that are just solid black that, as you look at them, make you feel uncomfortable.
Maybe I had too many mutagens tonight.
You've seen this before at home. You've had nightmares of this sort of thing when people fall to the fog.
I mean, I don't think he could be any more uncomfortable right now.
Wait, I just thought we're all dressed up as different things. Are these our fears of like what we're scared of? Our like fears, our biggest fears, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm gathering.
It's the Nightmare King.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like our
It
worst
doesn't-
fears.
It doesn't really feel like a fear to me, at least.
It's
More
like
curiosity than anything else.
Oh, I was saying that her character.
like
I'm
out
not
of
saying
ca-
that in front of him.
Yeah, it's like
Well, looking at that, Xavier would honestly think like, let me just say it. Are these forms of ours meant to be some form of fear? Perhaps? Doesn't exactly feel like fear, for me at least.
Is that right? These are what we fear to become?
The Nightmare King just gives a little nod.
So these are our fears, essentially.
With what I've seen, I'd be laden to disagree.
Fear can be different, I guess, in everybody. Some other people, other things.
Can't say I miss my vocal cords. Well, I do miss them. Don't listen to me talk like this. It makes me feel like I'm speaking to someone foreign.
Hmm. I have a question for you. Do you have advice for us? My friends have not been in the Feywilds. You are one of the most acknowledgeable people. I mean, you are my father, so...
You have already shown that you are far smarter than you think. Each of you have done very well-made appraisals of this place. But my knowledge only stretches as far as my court allows. For in this place of dreams, that's all I see.
If that is true, what lays before our path to head to one of the other courts?
As long as my daughter is with you, you will find the path clear.
Good
She
to know.
has my protections in this place. What would usually turn around people that explore this place, leading them into dangers, will not find you her presence.
Stick close to Shay. Got it.
Okay.
As for Arias, though, they've been making a mockery of my name in one way. Not good. But, like I said,
right back. I gotta take care of something.
we're gonna sort it out.
Okay.
I know that my friends here will be able to do it. And I'm sorry again for not seeing you sooner. Bariah's put a spell on me that I don't remember a lot.
you say that, he actually gets up off of the throne and walks up to you, gently kind of taking your face in his hands as he looks down at you. You are still who you are. Memories or not, you are my daughter. The last of my creations. You will see this through. As he's gonna reach down, take your hand, places his in it. As he kind of draws his hand upwards, you would now see in your hand is a shimmering obsidian dagger. Barias is a speck, an accident made when I created this iteration of the Feywilds.
Teach that speck what it means to be an archfey.
Ooh, okay. Oh no. Ooh.
But do it in your own time. You have lived for millions of years, and you will live for millions more.
I know.
As he goes back to the throne, sits down.
Our figures here are meant to represent forms of our fear, whether they be conscious or unconscious. Where's Connor? Why isn't he here?
A dreamless creature like that cannot be.
But he and I joined into one, as far as I'm aware.
You have begun to become one. You are like a caterpillar in chrysalis. The day you become truly one is the day that you would no longer be on this plane or any other.
That I know. I'll just savor what I can, though.
Do you guys have anything?
I'm not sure.
Think he's apprised of mirror drill by now?
I have nothing to ask.
That place where you came from. I know it's here, but I don't know where. To think someone had enough power to hide in my dreams.
Something that seems to dislike the Eldritch as well.
That thing did.
Can't deal with it now. No point.
As the Nightmare King sits there, he does take a moment to stare at Vamris for a bit of a time. As he's going to actually motion you closer.
He'll step forward. He's not going to say no to the Nightmare King in his own court.
Red room a second.
Oh.
I can say no to a god.
Says no to a god.
I The information I got from the Red Room, though, oh my god. Nearly 3 years in the making.
Crazy.
Yeah, you were wizard. I fucked your dad.
Yeah, about that. No. It's
yeah.
yeah. So it's I don't mind saying it, but at the same time, I kind of want to keep it a surprise.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. I mean, we're gonna
Um,
encounter it soon enough, so.
oh yeah, you will. God, That's. I was thinking, yeah, this is definitely about like fears, like the fear of falling to the fog, fear of his father, or becoming like his father.
Mhm.
I think Shay's is like more of the fear of becoming the Whispered Queen again.
Mhm.
But just being full on Whispered Queen, not even like the good side of her.
Not being Shay anymore.
Yeah, pretty much not being Shay. I'm thinking with Lucas. For fuck's sake. I'm tired. Oh my god. I know I said Luca then. I was like, there's
Luca.
too many Lucas. I'm thinking without the genies being powerless to help people is my assumption. At least with
That's what like I was
him.
getting from it is like, because like the way I've always pictured Lucas is what his fear would be like of kind of being a nobody. Not like
Without the power he's wouldn't have, Luke likely wouldn't have been an adventurer. He'd probably still be.
he would be forced. He wouldn't be able to. Because without without magic, he actually has nothing. He has nothing that would qualify him to be adventurer.
I think Xavier's is the most confusing to me though. My assumption of Xavier's like fear is not just not being smart enough in curiosity and knowledge and all that.
Either that, or if you were just a half-elf, you might still be stuck with your family.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Xavier really considers that a fear anymore.
The fear of being stupid.
Fear of low IQ.
Sorry.
Fear of having a daddy
I
brother.
I could tell you what it means right now. It's the fear that nothing had changed. That you had never gone through all of this. That you were just his son.
That may have been maybe an older fear, maybe, but I think Xavier's kind of grown past that point with everything that's happened.
The fear of losing Cotter.
Even that kind of fails in comparison to what Xavier experienced in the reality.
What does it make you look like the collector symbol?
That's kind of what
True.
Xavier fears.
Yeah.
I can say for
Honestly?
sure Xavier fears.
I'm gonna do this what I did with the other group.
Oh no.
Yeah. As your thoughts shift to that, of what your true fear is, so too does your form. As your clothes burn and melt away, as eyes begin to open across your flesh.
Yes.
What's that?
That works out anyways, because...
Were we... outside question. Were we kind of round on Lucas's, what your thoughts on what Lucas's fear is? Like the kind of fear of being average? Or like fear of not...
Fear of being a nobody.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
being...
Yeah.
Nailed
just
it.
being the kid who like lives at the tavern, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No adventure, no life, just mundanity.
This, I fear, is a bit more accurate. Sadly.
Also,
You're not going
as
to
you
go
guys
crazy
watch,
on us, are you?
as you guys watch Vamris having this conversation with the Nightmare King, you would watch as the gauntlet he's been wearing appears on his arm, and then begins to almost grow and spread up to his shoulder, as you would hear what sounds like voices crying out from the gauntlet.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh.
we saw those blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
We know what it does.
Not surprised that that's even happening in the first place.
Hmm.
So reason why that piece of metal is called haunted steel.
Yeah. You know, now that we're here, I have no idea what she's even gonna say to the Nightmare King. It's one of those things of, what do you even say? You've got all these questions, but it's like, how do you even, like...
Ask for a
Surprise.
father-daughter picnic.
Yeah.
Your grandpa again. of a fey
Oh,
dragon.
Baby bag.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, yeah! I should
Yeah, you
have
get to
let him
tell
know
that
about
grumpy
that.
face that.
It's fine.
Is that the Watcher? Sorry, not the Watcher. The I forgot what his name. Collector. In the Discord.
Oh,
Collector.
Yeah,
God, that's so
Oh.
creepy.
inversion.
Yeah, that's what Xavier turned into. But
Yeah,
purple.
that's.
Yeah, but purple. I just
Oh, yeah.
realized, yeah, that make more...
It's the Nightmare. You're currently them specifically.
Yeah, but it would likely be purple, I'd say.
No, because it's a nightmare. It's not reality.
Well, yeah, not
No,
reality, but
no,
it would be purple.
I
Because the fear would
we
be him getting a flame, too.
Ah, yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. Because Xavier didn't realize that was a possibility. At least at the time.
I forgot to mention. You remember the dragon, right? We got them back.
That is excellent news.
They're safe. They're with somebody who I trust they're with somebody who I trust a lot.
It has been untold millions of years since I created. Why has it taken you this long to give me a grandchild?
Well, I may have, when they died, I may have, eradicated all the dragons in the Fey realm. So,
I know.
yeah. And, Mr. Was it Mr. Handsome, or was it... I feel like it's Mr. Handsome.
Mr. Handsome.
Yeah. I finally got around to talking to... about it. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, but...
This time, don't let them die again.
Wasn't planning on it.
You should probably get going. You can't leave them forever again.
Yeah. Yeah. Will we see you again whilst we're here?
I cannot venture far from my court.
I know.
But anytime you have a nightmare, I'm always there. Anytime you dream, my thoughts are...
Okay. Thank you. Again. It was good to see you, though.
You'd see he kind of hesitates a moment before he reaches out and just kind of takes your hand and just
Holds it for a good moment before letting go and settling himself back on the throne.
I'll speak to you again in the dreams.
Kind of nods his head.
So, what's now?
If I remember correctly, we lay back down and wake up.
If it gets my cards back, then sure. Xavier
You'll get them
stands there in
back.
just a torn loincloth.
He will.
Yes, I
He
would
will
appreciate
follow
to
after,
not
yeah.
look like this
Yeah.
anymore.
As each of you go to lay down, unlike falling to sleep, it's as soon as you basically go to the motion of laying down, you're back in your own bodies. Oh, you're not a fat middle-aged dragonborn man anymore. Oh, thank God I'm not nobody. I'm not a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Was that a long rest? Or was that a...
No, you are incapable of having a long rest in the court of nightmares as you just drift from the waking realm to the nightmare.
Oh,
Okay.
good to know.
Then,
Wait, do I have the dagger still? Because he gave me
As
the
you
dagger.
open your hand, you are holding that obsidian dagger. It looks fragile.
Ah, shit. I don't want to... I'm scared of dropping it or putting it somewhere and it just shatters. Okay.
Basically, I can tell you, mechanically, it has one attack. If you land a successful hit, it will shatter.
Okay then.
But it is made from pure nightmare essence.
I gotta kill Boreas with it. Okay, that is my objective
Saying,
now.
I and
Yeah.
all of us need rest. Again, given that, I'm not sure.
Does this count as a short rest?
Laying down to rest and be stared at by him is...
As long as you're on the
Pngtuber.
black sand, you will never have a proper rest here.
Damn.
I just go, wait. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Let's go. We gotta move, otherwise we're never gonna get out of here.
We have a sure enough way out, at least. Maybe a long
Yes,
track way.
please.
yeah, let's go.
Court of Spring to the... whatever the north is.
Looking at the map. That way. Oh, does somebody want to actually hold on to this lantern? It's the Fey Trickery one.
I'll take it.
I've got mine.
I can alight my own as well on my hip.
Well, but this one's for Fey Trickery though, not
Yeah.
just a normal light.
We have 3.
Oh. Lucas, did you say you wanted it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Let's
I'll pass
have
over
one
the-
in front, the middle, and back, just in case. Covers most of our...
It's not even just for here, it's more for the Court
everywhere
of Spring.
else.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, unless we have a way to refuel, then we may actually want to just have one at a time. Maybe it still burns lantern oil.
Yeah, I don't think we'll need it here,
mine.
as he said. No one will go near us if
we get
I'm
into the-
around.
Then
Until we get
let's
to the-
get to a place where we can take proper rest first, then.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
think I have too much left in me, unfortunately.
Yeah, same here. So,
So, as you guys begin walking, it takes you around 2 days of walking. As you
Oh, boy.
eventually come to, you would see as you get to the the bridge up, you would note that guys are essentially at like the bottom of the ocean. As you would note that the bridges up curve upwards, slowly going to meet up with the islands above. As you reach about the halfway point, that nighttime would eventually breach way to that dawning light. As you would see currently ahead of you, as finally wind breaches ahead, sunlight, grass. Oh, it looks so good.
I immediately check my box, see if there's a. I have.
You immediately check your
cards,
box.
Cards appear.
Oh, it's all back. It's all back. It's
Car-
all back.
cards-
It's all good.
Cards appear. Whew. Then he'd snap his fingers to see if he can bring out Lupin.
As you snap your fingers, you would just see her just not even apparate like she usually does. You would see just from the distance this light come flying up at high speed as she just turns and curls. Took you bloody long enough.
Yeah. Being in there takes a while. He's like,
Scared shitless out there waiting for you to get back, and then I had to come here and find you in the fucking nightmare courts.
right? Yeah, it's crazy.
She could have
tired.
grabs a clump of your hair and gives it like a few tugs.
Okay, yeah, I know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gives you a little kick on the top of the head. Fucking idiot,
Ow.
keeping me worried.
well, that's
Fresher
good.
than
that
normal.
most things are in place now.
We can also rest too, if that's the case.
We should likely find a decent spot before we do that on a bridge.
Yeah.
Just a quick question to Sidious. What you said about the in the letter about
Bowing or bowing to
A lunar bow.
A lunar
lunar
bow.
will allow access. Is that
for the start of the court, or is that
She
for
said
when we
that
get
said
closer?
forest. You said
The
forest.
forest. Okay.
okay?
As right now, you can just see, like nice rolling fields of grass, intermittent by the coast, which is just like craggy cliffs down into the water below.
Okay.
I know this may be a bit of a stretch, perhaps, but didn't I see something on your map by the name of Barias' remains?
Oh, wait. I didn't even notice that. Wait.
100% in character Shiana right there.
Yeah.
Lore accurate,
Yes,
Tiana.
Totally was me going. Wait,
Wait a minute.
what? I didn't even know. Okay.
I'm not sure if
I
we
didn't-
even want to take a journey out, but maybe if we'd want to gather more
Yes.
information on who Barias is, then.
If it gives us any advantage on defeating him and restoring the court back to its natural form, then yes.
The most we know about Barias is he took over your stead after figuring out a way to banish you from... One sec.
For context of this, Barias managed to
Trick me, because I like instruments so much. He managed to trick me into
using a. If I remember correctly, it was a lute that I used.
That was a violin. That was a violin.
Was it a violin?
Violin.
Oh, was it okay. It was a violin that when I played it, I started forgetting things and I just walked off. I don't know where I walked off to, but I walked off at least from my memory, I walked off forgetting who I was many, many, many years ago. So.
Roughly around 25 years ago at this point.
Many, many, many years ago.
The most we know about Sparius, as far as that entails, is they usurped Shayana's old position as the Entree of Summer, have been parading around as them, and one of their forms is that of an arachnid. Beyond that, we don't have much other information about who they are, what they can do, and what they've been doing. Apart from likely enjoying Shayana's old life.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd venture to say if we may perhaps head to Pngtuber's remains, we may learn further more on this figure. Assuming nothing is already dwelling there. Pngtuber's remains may not be so simple as a remains. It's maybe a dwelling for some other creature now.
How long would it take us to get from here to here?
From there to there? About a day.
Oh, okay.
I'd recommend... We've only been walking for 2 days. I'd reckon we try to find some place to camp and actually get our rest before all of us collapse from overexhaustion.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Or we make our way to Pngtuber's remains.
Let's make up camp and then we can figure it out after.
Right.
As you guys basically set up camp in the middle of the land bridge, away from all of the edges of the, drop into the water. It's definitely a little weird going to sleep at, dusk. As each of you rest, you would eventually wake up come the morning, as I would like a perception check from everyone.
Oh boy.
Would that be at advantage or no? I'm just making sure.
What? Sorry.
Would Lupin get a check?
Perception.
Yes.
Okay.
I have advantage still, because I still have a 2 inside thing.
You would not get advantage now. This is just a
perfect.
check.
Oh man.
Are you sleepy?
Oh, I need to do I need to.
Are we long rested, by the way?
Yes, this would be a long rest now.
Thank God. That is very short. Where is long rest?
It's a new day.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so, what did we get?
26.
26?
Give me a second. So mine was an 8. Perception? Sorry, mine was a 10.
Perception.
No, not 10.
10?
4. It's an 11, and hers is a 8.
Actually, wait, I have a question. Because is this a side-based perception? Because then I have advantage.
It's you guys, like, if something wakes you up, basically.
Well, no, then I have an 8.
8.
18.
18?
Dirty 20.
Day 20. So you three, Vamris, Xavier, Gianna, you guys wake up when you hear a little bit of rustling at the little like campfire you guys had made. As each of you like slowly, carefully kind of like peek across to see if you can see who it is, you would see what appears to be an old humanoid figure. They are wearing like big old robes over themselves, and you can see like a beard, like a long beard currently hanging out from the hood as they're just sat poking at the fire, as it looks like they've put a fish on a stick into the fire.
Hi?
Ah, you're awake. Morning.
Morning. Can we help you with something?
Oh, that's good. Awesome.
You got any salt?
You guys have salt?
Do you care for, cross-contamination of flavors?
Any flavor's good flavor. Better than just fish.
If he's asking, I'm just gonna stand up, pull out the ration, and be like, well, there's salt on there.
Ooh.
I was gonna say, I likely still have some spice left over, at least a couple of samples of that.
I probably have a bottle of hot sauce.
Could I do an insight on this guy to see if he's just a fae in disguise or some? I don't know if it'd be insight, but it'd be like something to see if he's a fae in disguise. Fuck no, I'm not getting that.
This guy's suspicious as fuck.
That was a 4 for me, but an insight would have been I think it's like a 5. I'm not even gonna lie with you. And wait, what's my insight? Oh no, it would have been 7. So
This guy's suspicious as fuck.
nudge, 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 nudge.
He's just gonna reach down and pluck the fish out of the fire as he's just gonna sit and start munching away at that.
There's an old man here.
Why is there an old
Wake
man?
up.
Oh, I've got the rations.
I don't know.
Anyways, so I was probably just gonna be like,
This is weird, but he didn't try to stab us in our sleep, so whatever. Sit down, start having his rations.
So, what you folks doing here?
Oh, a moment.
Traveling.
Traveling. Trying to get some distance from where we were.
Oh, right. Just takes another bite. It's like bits of fish all down his beard now.
Can we have your name?
Oh, sorry. I sometimes forget to do that sort of thing. I usually know everyone around here. What did you ask me again? Oh, name! That was it. You can call me Gregory. Or Greg. I don't mind.
Hey, that's mine. That's mine.
I need to ask. Because of how I asked it, I don't know if that's a rule that's applied of like being like, oh, can I have your name? And they give it.
he
Yeah,
said
but
you
you
can
take
call
it.
me.
You said you can
He
call me. That's
specifically
the
said you
thing.
can
That's the
call
thing.
me.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
he-
I'm making
why,
sure. Okay,
That's why I said
wanna,
he
I
played
want to
it
make
smart.
sure.
He played it smart. This is not his
Okay.
first time around.
Okay, old Greg.
Should I?
So, yeah, go on. It's probably not wise for me to be asking the questions, considering.
Not exactly what I was referencing.
Oh, go ahead then. I don't know what you're doing.
Because they're gonna turn up his fairy light lantern.
As you turn up the fairy light lantern, you shine it on him. Doesn't seem to be anything that's being revealed.
Well, question for the question, I guess. What are you doing all the way out here?
Oh, well, I kind of live round here. Well, not here, but you know, here. Have for the last, what King of Seamacern are we up to now?
Fuck.
Oh god, King.
I got.
There isn't any, is there?
Yeah,
No.
there's one. There's one. See my son?
See my son.
I believe there's a king. Isn't there?
No.
No.
Not that I can remember, because it's
I
all
don't.
divided.
I don't think
thought.
so.
There is a king, but he's currently indisposed. His weakened state has allowed the lords to break everything up, and
I didn't even know there was a king.
Yeah. I knew there's a king. What king?
Yeah, you guys have met him prior. He was there for the thing where Gil did all of like the sexy dancing and everything.
I wasn't there.
Who the fuck?
All I
think it
knew
was
was there's.
brief. I think I was playing Iron very briefly, and I think
he was basically like, "Oh, that was absolutely fantastic. If you ever want to come to my court and do that, you're more than welcome."
Oh.
I was Iron then. I wasn't Shay.
I didn't
so
realize
I
I
have
was
no
the
idea.
king, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize either.
What king? What king are we on?
Well, you'd definitely know because
I would.
from
I live in.
Seamacern.
I live in Seamus, and I would have to know.
You guys are up to the 12th.
Yeah, like we're on the 12th.
Oh, well, last time I was out, it was the 5th.
Ooh. Really old.
Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm not the oldest around, but you know, for what I am.
Yeah. Are you? Like he will like take a look at the guy. Is he human?
Throws away the bones. He wipes his mouth. You would see a brief flash of what looked like slightly gilded markings on his skin.
Are you human? Kind of like airs his eyes, like trying to figure out.
Kind of pulls the hood back, and you would see a bald head, but you would see there are markings all across his skin that are this pale, almost like metal color across his skin.
I'm mostly human.
You'd see he's, got lots of little scars here and there, a big gnarly one on the side of his head, and, kind of lots of wrinkles, bags under his eyes.
What do you mean mostly?
Well, my mom got it on with an angel, so I got a bit of them in me.
Oh, I see. Nice one, Greg.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Right.
Sorry.
Pretty tubular.
Oh God.
I'm hip with the kids, as they say.
Hello, fellow
Wait, then
kids.
how old are you then?
Well,
'Cause-
Kings of Man usually live for like 200 years, so if we're on the 12th king and I was on the 5th, that would be...
About
200?
1400.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh my
Oh, man.
gosh.
You humans can live to 200 years?
No. They can't.
Yeah.
the
I was-
kings of man have bits of dragon and titan in them. They're a bit more than normal.
I see. That would make more sense.
Kings of Man?
I feel like I've heard that before, but I just don't know where.
Well, yeah, you guys met the first king of man.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
He was the big gross thing you fought.
Aw.
There's a lot of gross things we fought.
The one that stole your babby making skills.
He was a king of man?
Aw.
Wait, the King of Man. In Monmouth, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
It's not Mr. Mr. Happy or whatever his name is.
Mr. Handsome.
Handsome, that's
Wait.
it. It's not him.
Is that
It
the
was
thing
the...
with, like... I have some of his shit. Well, not literally, but... It was when, Barrett and the others were with us, right?
It's when you went
Yeah.
down under Monmouth and fought the first king of man, so that Shiana could get Egg back.
Yeah, I stole some of his blood and some of his eye liquid, eye fluid.
Of course you did.
Oh, yeah.
I have those in my notes, actually.
So, just traveling through anywhere in particular, or are you just kind of sightseeing?
We're just travelling. What are you doing? Are you just travelling as well?
Ah, yeah, I go from here to there, travel about. I could be a guide if you've got some more good food.
I mean,
Are you wanting to leave the Fey Wilds? Or no?
Oh, heavens no, I've lived here a long time, and I've lots of friends. Like Happy
Oh, that's
Gary
nice.
and that really cute guy back at the nightclub.
A
Oh
nightclub?
my god.
Oh, God.
Night club.
There's a nightclub.
Way to go, old Greg. Way to go, old Greg.
Ah, yes.
Nightclub.
Mermaid's
Then to
nightclub.
get jiggy with it, you know.
Mermaid's nightclub. You know how to move.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd be willing to be your guide if you've got some good food.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, we intend to head to a certain place before continuing our traveling. I'm unsure if you'll be willing to head there or not.
Well, where is it?
Also, good by whose standards?
Well, I just ate a fish. You know, it barely cooked. And you just put a bit of
Covered in
salt
salt
on, and that was
with
the best I've had in a
Russians,
while. We don't exactly get fresh, random ingredients from all over in the Court of Spring. Usually just meat. Usually raw.
I mean, do you want me to show him the map?
Do you know of a place called, Vrdnd's remains?
Oh, yes, yep.
He gets up and picks up a stick as he points off towards the northeast direction.
Boreas's remains. It used to be Boreas's mountain. A great, large thing that used to spread up to about there. And that was home to the Archfey in control of Crush, which was one of the minor courts. But if I remember correctly, a group of adventurers, a long time ago, came traveling through Boreas's domain, and they used some form of magic that blew away the mountain and Boreas with it, killing him. Ever since then, there have been a few people that have tried to take over Crush, but, you know, Fey being Fey, you have to be strong to stay on top, and Crush is all about strength.
Right.
Wait, Bryce is dead?
he was destroyed, the great giant Barias. Some say he was 30 feet large and had a mountain's worth of those creepy crawlies at his beck and command.
Huddle up for a second, guys. 1 minute. Greg. 1 second.
Okay.
Hang on.
Wait, Greg, how long ago was that?
Did you say?
Like, about 20 years ago? Maybe a bit more than that.
Like 26,
Okay.
25 years ago?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Tell me it's not making sense. I've been gone for like. I'm saying this without trying, like,
Yeah,
he's vulgar it.
he's kind of idly wandered off a little. He's like poking at the ground with a stick.
I disappeared from here 25 or so years ago.
Right.
How is Barias alive?
Clearly he didn't actually die.
You'd think, though,
Uh,
a group of adventurers go in, blow up his mountain, and him with it.
mm-hmm.
He either could have survived, or somebody else is pretending to be Baran also. While also pretending to be you. They can already do that.
Yes, or considering all of the crazy and wild shit we've already seen already. He mentioned, he had control of essentially all the creepy crawlers in the mountain. Is it entirely unlikely that maybe a portion of him survived? Or like he segmented himself into one of these creepy crawlies and just lived for a bit?
Maybe, but how would he have gotten, like, do you think he would have just gotten stronger by collecting more insects around him?
No.
That doesn't make sense.
He may have found something. It's a possibility. Maybe when his place was destroyed by whatever group of adventurers came through, that he did manage to save a part of himself. How large was the arachnid that you saw in your dream all so long ago?
I don't know. Anakin, I don't know, and I don't want to know.
Reminding you, it was described as a tiny brownish spider.
Really small?
And Barias's was stated to be 30-ish feet long, wide. There is a chance that he managed to save a piece of himself away from whatever explosion rocked his area. The Fae may have ticked off his remains to be just that, and he may have scuttled away. Maybe somehow managed to get a hold of whatever thing he used to take control of you and took over in your place, in your absence.
And if he tricked you and is now essentially enjoying, what you had available to, if a portion of him survived, it's possible he's been doing this for a while and essentially just tricking someone, taking portions of their power or whatever, and then tricking someone bigger, and then tricking someone bigger, and then tricking someone bigger, until he finally got to you.
And that isn't to say he may
Probably.
not be trying to do the same. Further still, there's a possibility he could be trying to become they could become trying to become entree of two cults rather than just one.
I mean, considering that the lady at the lake mentioned that they'd made contact with them.
Exactly.
This is a lot worse than I expected, actually. God, sorry, the talk of the fucking thing has got my back crawling. Oh, God.
Damn.
Ugh.
I keep shivering.
Yeah, same. I can't stop now. Oh God.
Well, perhaps venturing it. It's probably a lot more crucial now we head over to Various Remains then, and see if we can find anything. Assuming the Archfey of Rush, or whoever's in control of that area, doesn't give us trouble.
Yeah, I mean, we can go and see.
Alright, so let's
Let's
see
go.
if we can get Gregory to lead us, I
Ah.
suppose. I believe
my
we're
name.
ready to make our way.
Toddling back up.
Oh, right. Do you want to go to, like, the big old scar, or do you want to go, like, into where his domain used to be? Because there's still a little bit of it left.
I think his domain may be better.
His domain's probably got more information, so
So, about my payment, what kind of food we talking?
Well, I'm not bad at cooking, so anything we can
Can
get our
cook
hands
too.
on.
Also have some spices left over from...
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you've got my attention then. You said spices. All right. Everyone hold hands and close your eyes.
what?
What?
You want to get there today, don't
why?
you?
I mean, okay.
Sure.
All right.
Right.
We've done Wilder.
All right. Close your eyes, and when I say go, take a step.
Okay.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and step! As you all step at once, you feel your feet not come down on grass, but on crunchy ground. As you open your eyes, you're no longer in forest. You know, like at the edge of a forest. You're no longer on green grass. You are now stood in the middle of, like, what looks to be craggy, earthy ground, like something you'd find at the foot of a volcano or of a gorge. As you would see, currently ahead of you is this huge, cracked open tunnel on the edge of a mountain, and past it you can see where it would have been different mountain peaks and, you know, like a mountain range, but it's just gone. There is this perfectly cut hole, like someone had blasted some great magic that just carved it all away, like it never existed. Say hello to the back entrance to Barias's remains.
Oh wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting this.
Saves us journey, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a trick I got from a lovely person in the Court of Autumn. They gave me that ability when I was a younger, strapping man.
Oh? Who were they?
Oh, there was a lovely woman who went all over the place, trying to get food for, the great queen there. And, well, let's just say I showed her some special spices.
You don't need to hear this anymore.
sure you
He
did.
starts walking.
I mean, you're welcome to join us to, look around.
Yeah, I'm your guide, and I can point stuff
That's
out.
true.
I've been in here before.
Okay. Then,
As you
would
guys
you...
start entering in, the warmer air gets kind of cloy and clammy in here, very humid very quickly.
Alright.
God.
So as he leads you through the cavern, you would watch as he kind of points bits out here and there, as he points to like this large curved chamber, as he talks about how this was once a place where tributes were kept stored safe by some of Boreas's worshippers, and he leads you through to another section that looks to be this large stairwell down that he doesn't go down, as he says, down here is apparently where he, you know, had all the gross bugs born.
Like a breeding chamber down there. A lot of them are still alive down there, so I wouldn't suggest going down unless you like wading through a sea of bugs.
That's probably where we get our answers, though.
Most likely, yes.
How large of bugs are we talking? Like just little, yeah.
I like normal bugs, but you know, like a lot of bugs, like a lot of bugs.
Some torches should do the trick. You know? Set them on fire.
It's like a little sea down there.
Lovely.
Fair enough.
If I don't care about being able to hear anything for a bit, I could deal with them.
I mean, we all could deal with
You know, at least for a few minutes.
Well, I don't like bugs, so you're more than welcome to you head on down there yourselves. I'll just wait up here.
Excellent. Wish I kept some of that Tarask. Shouldn't ask too much.
You just say Tarask piece?
Yes, he did.
That's pretty
You had
cool.
you had some? You still had some of that?
We have a whole barrel of it.
Oh God.
On the ship.
Yeah, remember? It's on the ship, though.
With
Moses, you guys are cool as hell.
It's with the barrel of dragon's breath, dragon's fire, and
you got dragon's fire?
and vanilla extract.
You got vanilla extract?
He's getting more and more excited by everything he says.
Tarask piss, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to get. Dragon's fire, that's pretty cool. Vanilla extract. You've got one.
You got one now.
You just got
I mean, as well,
barrels
because
of
if it gets
this
a whole
stuff?
barrel.
You just got barrels of this stuff just sitting around.
We
I
should
mean, we
probably
found them
sell that.
somewhere,
We should
you know.
probably sell that now that I think about it. We could probably
Also
we could probably get a lot of money from that.
Also have that alcoholic liquor from how long ago? 750,000 years or something?
The one that my mom gave me?
Something.
The one that I took, yes.
It tasted like shit. I don't know.
I do
Oh yeah, that one.
somewhat
It
know
does-
the recipe, so it shouldn't be too difficult.
It
Why
made me
would you want
happy I
to
don't
willingly
drink.
make alcohol that tastes like shit?
Yeah.
Well, it's likely tastes like that because it's reached its expiration date. Alcoholics will normally age, aren't meant to age for hundreds of thousands of years.
Fair enough.
I don't drink, so I'm not as excited for that one.
But
Damn, bro was
that doesn't
clubbing
matter.
completely sober? Who the fuck is this guy?
What the fuck?
It's old. It's Gregory. Probably one of the most consistent and favorite customers of the Mermaid nightclub.
God, yeah.
I'm
shall
just
we...
imagining him like twirling those little like glow sticks, like.
But he's like an actual pro, so it actually looks really, really cool and good.
Either that, or he's
Yeah, he
just
had
got
ti-
like a
he had
dozen
plenty
of
of time
them
to get
from
good
all
at
his
it.
visits.
Yeah.
Dozens of them attached to like a walking stick that he uses while he's traveling around. So every time he moves, it's just a dozen different colors about.
Right, well, do we want to investigate the
Yeah.
basement, I suppose?
Again,
Yeah.
if y'all don't mind not being able to hear for a while, I can deal with the crawlies.
Can you explain how you're gonna deal with them?
Very powerful winds that'll throw them everywhere except towards us.
I mean,
We could also use fire.
I can also turn into fire.
I mean, if you're okay with the smell of scorched.
Well, we're gonna have to, and preferably, I don't want these creatures coming back and well, I say theoretically,
mean-
but
Rather not find anyone
biting
find
us in the
we're
ass.
here.
Bite them back.
Unannounced, especially.
I'm not. No. Mm-mm.
You've never eaten a bug before?
Oh no, I've eaten plenty.
Alright, so Vermis, if you want
Trust
to
me.
Right.
incur
Good
your
source of
method,
protein.
then I suppose that will work.
It's good for you.
Well, I mean, if they want to just burn them,
What would y'all prefer?
Wanted you.
As
Burn them.
you're having this conversation, Greg just kind of leans back and then just falls onto his butt, just like a toddler who just can't be bothered to walk anymore. He just like.
Wow.
We kill them. We don't know if Bryce is actually listening through them,
Very true.
and I don't want him knowing where we are.
Well, if
And
we
then
start
sending
killing his
things
bugs, he
on.
might know anyway.
Well, he'll know that someone's killing their bugs, but not us specifically. Bugs have eyes. They can see.
They can at least sense you.
Let's see what we can look around here first before we venture down.
I mean, yeah, sure. I can use it, and to make sure that they are confused, and if they are actually reporting back to him, I have a disguise self spell that I can
That
use to
works.
hide. Mm. 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 Mm.
Right, so I'll see what I can abscond with around here. Any notes, any clues about who Barias is, what he can do. What
I'll help with that.
exactly are his
I want to help too.
plans, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Well, further down the cavern here, there's nothing. It just opens up into the great big hole. Where the rest of the mountain went kablooey.
So, can we find any information here, or no?
Well, it's not like there's any books or anything sad about. Unless it's down there.
Down we go then.
Okay, before we go down, I
I'm
will
never
just...
gonna say never, though. You know, maybe there's a hidden spot somewhere, but, you know, nobody else has found it.
Okay, I'm gonna look around the place. I'm just stop delaying us, man.
Investigation.
Yeah, I'm assisting
I guess we're all doing
Xavier.
it.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
either
I
assisting
will say
or
you guys can do 2 investigations.
Who's got the best
Two-
investigation?
2 assisted
That-
investigations.
I believe it's
That'd
me
be
and Xavier
me.
actually. Is the people who have the best
I
investigation.
have
I've
a
got a plus 0.
What's yours?
Yeah,
I have
Oh,
plus
God,
6.
plus 0.
I have a
Plus
plus.
6?
I
Jeez.
should have a plus.
I have a +8.
You're a plus 8.
There's no way you have a plus.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
got a
gotta be
plus
more
8.
than that. It's gotta be more than a +8. What?
That's +8 base. I can have things added to make it a +12.
I mean, if you're helping Koro, then would it be better if Fen rolled the other one?
Oh wait, that's
Don't
Because you're getting
mind.
advantage if you're helping Koro out. You're getting him advantage, aren't you?
well, like we're allowed to have two investigations. My investigation is +7.
But we got Fen too, who's a +6.
Well, yeah, but if I help out, like, if two of us want to help out the other two who have a higher roll than we do. Like, that makes more sense, I think, right?
Hey man, I'm down with whatever.
Don't fucking blink at
me.
Basically,
I'm okay.
2 people are going to be rolling, 2 people are going to be assisting for double advantages.
I'm rolling one. Who's assisting me? Who's doing the
I
other roll?
will.
Who's assisting them?
I'll do the second roll. Or second. Sorry, the second.
Children, help.
Assist.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
okay.
that
just
hit
kind of
the table.
wonder. I'll be the.
That hit the table. That doesn't count, right?
Talk
That's
to
kind of like. "Ooh."
talk to old Greg
This ain't-
about his.
It hit the table, does
Man.
it? Does that count, or is it like?
No, that's fine because it didn't get like bumped.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
like locked or cocked by it.
17.
Investigation.
17 high.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Just had the number. Okay. A tentative 29.
29, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, only 17, sadly.
17. Okay. So, you and the person that was assisting you get to roll on the table. As you guys would find a piece of wall in the cavern that they'd said had been used to store things that his worshippers had put there. You would find, kind of like how a trapdoor is made, a piece of wall that has been, like, glued almost of bits of rock and pebble that is able to be peeled off of the wall, revealing a small hidden cache of
boy.
hidden knickknacks.
Who's helping me?
You and the
It
person
just
that assisted
counted.
you. So you two, roll me a d4 to begin.
D4. That's a 3. Never rolled 3s on that. Damn.
Holy
That was
shit.
a little bit.
So 3.
A 3.
Both of you are on the 3 table. Okay, so I'd like you guys to roll me a d20 now.
D20.
Please don't put
I
this
got
on
a
TV.
10.
20.
Damn.
10 to 20, very nice. Okay, so you would
Yeah.
find yourself a ring of mind shielding.
Oh. Oh, God.
And you would find what appears to be this two-handed metal handle. This, like, beautifully ornate, looks to be made of a mix of platinum and gold. And at the end of it is this large dragon's hand, just outwardly curled with an indentation on the inside of the palm. As you would see that there is kind of like how a immovable rod has a button on it, this too has a button on it.
I'm gonna move away a little bit from Xavier. I'm gonna press the button.
As you press the button, you would watch as the thing lights up with a little bit of fire and then starts getting hotter and hotter as it goes from kind of orangey-ish red to yellow to blue to white.
Oh shit.
That's intriguing.
As you have gotten a dragon's ever-burning torch.
Fuck yeah. I'll turn it off for now.
That can be turned off and activated and deactivated with a push of the button, but it cannot be snuffed out and found it. I guess we can let the rest of them also roll on the table. So if you three, since they've like, oh, we found a cache of magical items and shit, you guys can also roll d4s. Let me know what you get.
3.
2.
So another person on the 3, a 2, and a 1.
1.
Okay, so let's start with Sai, since you're on the same table. Roll as a d20.
20. 13.
13. You would find a set of beautiful-looking boots nicely made leather with what appears to be golden heels, with these nice little, almost like angel wings on the back of the heel designed into it. As these are boots of speed. They double
Okay,
your
thank God.
movement when
Thank God. I
activated.
thought I was like, did I
Not
get
boots of
another
flying.
Did I get another fucking flying item? Yeah,
No, no.
I'll take. Yeah, I was like, I'll
They
take 'em.
are tunable items. They're boots of speed.
Good speed. All right, yeah, I'll take them.
Next, Oracle, with your D20, please, for table number 2.
Okay, 9.
9. Okay, so as you are searching around, you would find a little jar of enchanted ink that never runs out, and on top of that, you're able to choose what the ink is. So you can make it like blue ink, red ink, gold ink, silver ink. You could make it invisible unless it's under like light. You can basically dictate what the ink is.
That's actually really good.
So you
for
can actually,
letters.
so you can basically impart rules on it, kind of like how a magic mouth. You can dictate how that activates. You can with the ink as well, so you can make it so the ink will not show up unless someone specific looks at it, or you ring a bell, or shine a torch over it, or hold it up to a full moon, you know, like whatever you deem for it.
That's really good, actually.
Yeah. And lastly, table number 1, Sir Vamrus, give us a d20.
3. Table 1, number 3.
Lucky horseshoe.
So, you would have gotten the web spinner ring. It is designed like a little cliche cobweb onto the finger, and it allows you to cast web once per day.
Web.
Yeah, it's a non-attuned item.
Yeah.
Does it have a set DC?
It uses your DC, your spell DC.
Oh. That makes it a 14. So kind of expect for an item like that.
As you guys basically between yourselves have cleared out this little hidden cache.
Right, so at least we have something we can use to, well, assumedly. There's only one spot to look, well, look now. I don't think I can find anything else apart from the downward spiral.
Alright.
Yep, let me just put my disguise on first.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self using the ink, the tattoo I have, because I have 2 tattoos. I have a I'm so sorry. Where is it gone again?
You had the disguise self and
The Life Ward
no, I think
tattoo.
Yeah, I think it was Gil that had the whip one.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're gonna change into. I'm trying to think of what's not, because I can go at least a foot smaller, which I'm gonna do.
Could go Goliath.
Oh god, yeah, I could. Yeah, I'll dress up as a Goliath then. No horns or anything, just.
As your horns and the hair vanish away, leaving you as this kind of more butch, bald human woman. Bald Goliath woman.
Okay. Fine with me.
It's like all of the tattoos kind of reconfigure to look a little more tribal across you.
Let's go. I will admit, I don't think I'll talk during this, just because if Bryce hears me, it can be, can hear through the insects. I don't want him to know. So.
Right then.
I guess we can use the 2 of the items we found.
go into a room, I'll just web the entire fucking room and torch it.
I light them up.
Yeah, well, if there's books or anything, that would actually be bad.
Yeah.
Alright.
As you guys head on down, it takes you about 20 minutes before you guys would start to hear
Jesus.
this sound of like tons of things moving about. As another 20 minutes pass, you would eventually come to a stop as it is like pitch black down here. And you would just see the edge of what looks to be where the thing looks like it should continue further down, but there is just bugs everywhere, all crawling on top of each other and over each other, like clamoring to be the one on top of the pile. As it just spreads out into the darkness.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna turn on the light and then.
Y'all said y'all wanted to scorch them, so I guess.
Alright.
Dragon torch.
Whip out my dragon torch and I turn the bad boy on.
Click, it just flares up, and oh yeah, that's real bright white. As you would see, even to the max distance of the 120 feet this thing has, you would see that the bugs just keep going. As you can see about like the cave walls, and you can see the curve. Judging by the curves on either side that you can see with the distance you have, this room is maybe around 400 feet in its diameter.
Okay.
Wait,
Wait, actually, with the darkness surface, I can see in like super dark areas. Can I see properly here?
Not properly with... Because remember, in darkness, it has to have at least a tiny bit of light. If it is pitch, you can't see. And down here at this point, it is pretty much pitch. So with you flicking the lantern on, I'd say that now you do. So in the distance, you would see that the massive room eventually curves, and at the far back of the room, there is what looks to be some raised bits of stone and something. You can't quite make it out from this distance, but there is something up there at the top of these jagged bits of rock that come together.
It's gonna be a lot of burning.
Well, I already have an idea.
At least dinner will be prepared.
I have a wall of fire.
If we get it into a more secluded area, then we can...
Well, like I said earlier, there's that risk of if there's any books under it.
It's true.
Okay, I do have one other solution that doesn't risk burning.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna point into a section of the room, and I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom.
As you would watch as the giant pile of bugs just suddenly it bulges in the middle and then wobbles and begins to sink as just rots spreads outwards from this point, as you would see just all of these bugs like falling into it like a whirlpool almost.
Yeah, 10-foot radius.
The overall amount of bugs begins to lower down over the duration of the spell to about half of what it was.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I have that too. I'll do it to the other side.
As you cast it again, it's like the same thing once more, almost like somebody's pulled the drain, plug out the drain, as all these bugs are just slowly being whittled down to the point where there are enough bugs that can now just rest on the floor. So it's like a thin layer of them on the ground. As you would see, there appears to be two things that you can see. Well, you can see because you've got the extended vision. There appears to be a large object at the far end of the room to the right, and aside from that, the large stone jaggies up to whatever is up there.
There's something over there. Could try to check it out.
We should just move the room.
Could
We should have just
moonbeam-
moonbeamed the room. Yeah, that would
Would
have
that
been
even
so
work?
much easier.
Will it even work? Does it work inside?
I don't think so, because
He's-
I didn't.
Let me have a look, actually. Hang on. I want to see if this actually would work.
Yeah, with Moonbeam it can be used indoors.
Okay, I
Oh
wasn't sure.
my god, it can.
I was just thinking about it. I was like, Wither and Bloom. Ah, shit. I knew
I
yesterday.
could've
I knew last
moonbeamed.
time. I was like, oh man, I should have prepped Moonbeam instead of Wither and Bloom.
It is.
But I also need
you
healing.
can. God damn it. Anyway.
I mean, yeah, we can go check over what you see, Taldrin.
So, as you guys venture across, there's the gross crunch, crunch,
yeah.
crunch.
As we're going in, I will be like the first one through, and I'm just gonna ignite the cape. So the cape will allow, like, if anything touches me, they take points. Take points.
Oh, so they just immediately like fucking
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like,
So
pop, like little bugs against the bug zapper. They just go like.
Yeah, and that lasts for 10 minutes. Also, I was gonna
As
say,
you guys make your. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it doesn't like when I was looking at your thing, it doesn't say like the limit on it. Like it says 10 minutes and then nothing else. Like, so does that mean like it's done? It doesn't have a limit of how many times I can use it per day. You just
The
only
I
thing
don't
I had.
believe the damage is like crazy big.
Yeah,
so
it's like it's 1d8.
Like a
1d8.
yeah. It's just
Yeah, if it goes out, I turn it back on again.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you guys make your way over, you would see that it's an old carriage, a very nice carriage, but you would see that it is a carriage with the arms, the yoke, currently lifted, and you would see the saddle is just floating there for what the horse would be. And you would see the windows are all like, dusted, like thick with a little bit of grime. Like it looks like this cart would look really pretty, but it's currently, been under a ton of bugs for who knows how long. So it's all like crusty and gross. The glass is all like smudged over so you can't see inside.
Taldrin, how far can you see up?
Let's see. How far could I be able to see it?
As you look up, what's the max distance of your dark vision?
I'm not sure, because I have superior dark vision.
Should be 120.
Where is it? Superior dark vision. It's 120, yeah. I can also
so yeah,
see
you
through
can't-
magical darkness.
You also can't see the ceiling.
Not with that one, but okay. It's pretty high up, I'll say.
Shit.
I don't think I can see the ceiling, but it goes for quite a way.
I mean, why is there a carriage down here, first off?
It's a very particular place for the carriage to be.
I mean, we can always check other portions of the room, see if this was just another collections room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, we can just walk
Well,
around.
Wait, would there be anything in the carriage?
You could open it or wipe the windows if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
As you open the door, it's much cleaner on the inside. As you would see, a human figure is currently sat in there. As you would see a man in kind of brown overcoat and a hat currently sat there. As Shay, you immediately recognize the man from your dreams, the memory. As you would see him currently sat there, head kind of like hung forward, his eyes staring at nothing.
Wait, I'm sorry, the man from the dreams?
The man that you remember from the vision, the one that had given you the violin, the one that had Barias on his shoulder.
Oh. That motherfucker!
Hmm.
Wait, was he controlled then? He must have been.
Can I have a look at
Is it,
him?
yeah,
Like,
is
can I
he
get
dead?
closer to him to see if he's
As
like...
you crawl, like clamber into the cart, you check and touch his skin, and it doesn't feel right. It feels fake. As you kind of check over them, the hair isn't real either. It's like paintbrush bristle. As you feel the eye, it's glass. The teeth, it's all like bits of ivory. As you kind of feel across them, their torso feels hollow. As you kind of feel along the back, you would see that the back, along the seam of the coat, opens, revealing a hollow-cased interior. Wooden ribs on the inside, and what look like to be pulley systems covered in webbing around the interior for the arm joints and these intricate finger controls.
This is a puppet. This is not a man.
Hmm.
That explains a lot now. Oh,
It is.
okay.
Still creepy.
That is
Almost
still
definitely.
fucking awful.
I'm just imagining Tartrin like playing with some of the controls, so the head's like blink, mouth curls at the side.
Don't
You know
eyebrow
what? If I can
twitches.
get enough control of it, can I have him like turn and look at everyone and like pull a face?
Give
or
us a
something?
sleight of hand. Give us a sleight of hand.
I'm sorry, I'm
Hold on,
about to
let
do
me
something
see.
real fucking stupid now because of this.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, but that's the fun part. That's the fun part, isn't it?
Fucking moonbeam!
Moonbeam.
Please do not moonbeam.
The moon on!
Okay, I was checking my.
Nightmare.
Take me back, Dad! No, 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 no.
That's a 3, and I don't have
It's-
anything on top of that.
It's really fucking complicated, this mechanism. So it's more like you get one of the eyes to roll in their direction, but then the eyebrow keeps twitching, and that's the mouth. That's the ears. Why do they have ear controls?
What the fuck?
I'm gonna walk up to the carriage, and I'm gonna go. Can I take it out? Like, can I take this thing out,
The
please?
puppet?
Yes.
Sure.
Wanna stomp it?
Actually, no, yeah, take it. I was thinking of
Okay.
taking something.
As
with it,
you
but
pick
nothing.
them up, you would note that their legs suddenly start moving, as it looks like they're built to kind of keep themselves standing or walking. As you then, all you have to do is just kind of push on them, and they awkwardly trot in the direction you've pushed.
Oh,
them.
I was gonna pick it up by the fucking shirt and throw it down the goddamn steps.
Yeah, as you do, you just toss them and they go clattering to the ground as the legs, like, kind of skirt the floor as if they're trying to right themselves but can't. As it's just laid there, the legs awkwardly, like, against the floor.
Does anyone want anything from it? Now's your chance to get something.
Not really. I thought
no,
it would be funny
I'll
if I took one of its eyes.
No,
I'll
I'll
look
check.
into it.
Yeah, like I was just gonna see if it had anything on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't check. You're right. Damn it.
As you check it over, investigation.
I wonder if it's
Whilst they
the-
do that, Shay's
think
gonna
that banged
walk
off the table.
away for a moment, like just
Nah,
kind of
that's
walk
good.
Okay.
a bit further off and just kind of stare at the walls for a second, like
Twenty-
looking around.
25.
25. You would find a golden violin, a small pouch with around 6 gold pieces, and a strange, very luminescent quill.
I will take the gold pouch and the quill, and I'll leave the violin on top of the puppet.
It's basically like holstered on the inside of the jacket.
Yeah, like
Can I check
It-
the inside of the carriage as well? Sorry.
Inside the carriage, you would find a very ornate and pretty-looking walking cane.
Do you have mine?
As you kind of check this cane over, you'd realize that it has a bit of a trigger on it. As this is a trick cane. It's a rifle cane.
I fucking knew it.
Holy shit. Hey, Xavier.
Hmm?
We can match here. It looks like a gun.
The handle can be like opened up to reveal a chamber where you can load a bullet in, and then close it again.
Interesting. Is it back?
Looking at it, it's actually a pretty good caliber as well. Like that thing could take shooting like a proper.
But you said it was a trick weapon.
Yes. Basically,
Did I recognize the style? Oh yeah.
It isn't. It's definitely not from your world.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
your place. You would just. That's the closest thing you have to recognize
Mhm.
it by.
Okay, fair enough. My bad.
There's one thing I want to check on the puppet. Just taking the clues that you've mentioned of, controlling the different crawlies, what he is, and the realization of this puppet. I want to actually see if I can follow where the strings go to. Because if this is supposed to be controlled, there's either supposed to be a point where someone can have like a hand, like a normal puppet, or we're going to have a very precise central point where I'm assuming probably one or more things were probably inside going at commands.
Probably spiders.
As you look this over, you would eventually find all the threads lead to the same length that would be basically around shoulder height on it. Like the ones at the arm, the left arm goes up to the same length as the right shoulder. The right arm's just about enough length to curl around the cut opening to the right shoulder.
He will try to, kind of like what Vrdnd did, see if he can
manipulate
the smallest movements to see how it. Because Vrdnd was going like from the spine. I'm going to start from the shoulder.
Sleight of hand.
That'll be a 16.
As you've kind of figured it out a little. You know, it's not perfect, but you can make the face do generally what you're looking for it to do. It doesn't look right, but you are able to make it, like blink and move its eyes in directions.
At least it looks like the main controls were here.
Yep.
I have a quick question, because whilst they've been inspecting the dummy and the puppet,
Yeah.
Shay had walked off to like one of the, not out of sight of everybody, but at least just away and near one of the walls. Does anything here look recently disturbed? And like on the walls as well?
You give us investigation.
Likely would assist, since Xavier isn't doing much right now.
Thank you for the assist. Oh my god.
Yep.
Dice jail for this fucking thing. Dice jail. It literally gave me two of the fucking worst numbers. 2, 3, and 4,
You know
man.
why? You know why?
Why?
Because you didn't touch Finn's dice this time and pass it on
That
to
is
someone
true.
else.
I didn't touch their dice.
Yeah.
Stay the fuck away from my dice.
As you guys search, there's nothing really you can find that stands out as recent. It's hard to tell because of, all of the creepy crawlies that were just randomly flailing themselves around down here.
I'm going to see if I can use my fairy light lantern to discern any fake trickery around the place.
As you lift up the lantern, you would see, as you cast it across, you would see that as you bring it across to the front of the carriage, you would see that there is what appears to be a horse currently stood there. As you pass by that and keep looking, As along the walls, you can see little divots that weren't visibly there before. All these divots, like a set of trailed legs that have been against the wall, go all the way to the stern that lifts into the darkness.
The divots explain how they're able to maneuver around the place at least, but there's a horse in the carriage, by the way.
What?
As Xavier walks over, lantern, pat, horse.
Even I'm confused now. Bryce, what the fuck?
Well, this is more your specialty. I don't really speak horse.
Actually, that's true. Wait, is the horse alive?
It doesn't seem to be responding to you. It looks alive, but not in the sense of, you know, something living, mundane. It's obviously a magical construct. Solely there to pull the carriage around.
You said the divots were going up into the darkness.
It looks like the basically footprints go from the carriage up along the wall and towards the stern, like stern that sticks out from the wall that goes like that up into the darkness.
Xavier, can I borrow your lantern for a second?
Hands it over.
As you
I'm gonna-
make your way
yeah.
over, you would see
How
the
high is it?
larger footsteps. This stone piece that raises up, it's about, with the insects now gone, about 60 feet up. You can't see what is on the top, but you can see that the footprints of the, you know, like large footprints that crawl across the wall end there and then come down and out. But you would see very, you know, just barely some very small footprints that look like they go following the same path back towards the carriage.
60 feet.
Looking between the two footprints, it looks like the big one could have been like 10 to 20 feet big, whatever the creature was. And the small ones was probably something about that big.
Then I will be right back. And what Shay's gonna do is wild shape into a eagle.
You're just gonna flap your way up there.
Use the lantern though in
your talons.
and in the talons to go up higher and higher.
As you fly up about 60 feet, you would see, currently resting on the top of it, you would see something written in Sylvan, and beneath it you would see, currently carefully wrapped with all this protective, like, padding and then chainmail around that, you would see the remains of a cracked open, old, webbed egg. As you would see in the Sylvan, it reads, to be reborn again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man. Did this go higher, did you say?
As you kind of fly further up, you would see that there is another opening above that destroyed egg upwards. As you look up there, you hear something beginning to crawl down. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, enjoy.
Don't worry, it's not that.
The horde approaches.
It approaches.
And it's
You shot
coming
the
to beat
car,
my
they're
ass.
coming.
It's coming to beat my ass.
Hmm.
I was planning on actually, like, just stomping the shit out of the puppet, but I wanted people to actually, you know, inspect and
Yeah.
look at it more instead of
I-
letting Shay's
I
anger
figured
get to her.
Yeah, I figured you're probably gonna destroy it, so I was like, I want to make sure
Yeah.
exactly how this worked, because it
That-
also
Yeah,
helps
stream.
confirm.
Oh yeah.
Stream
Give me a
before
second. Yeah.
continuing.
Yeah. It also
I hope
kind
you
of
guys enjoyed today. If you haven't already, want to support, please
figure
follow,
out
subscribe. Thank you all for watching.
one
I
of the
think
two
you
concerns
guys
of whether,
are the
you know,
best. See you
it
guys in the
was
next one.
I
Peace.
controlled all of these, and that's how I regained my power, or I'm just really skilled, and one small has controlled.